Have you ever heard of the saying, never judge a book by its cover? If not, be prepared to hear it on today's podcast. We'll be diving deep into the world of cover art of many anime, including that of Attack on Titan, Season 3, No Game No Life, and Made in the Abyss.
Today we're just here to find out if cover art is actually really, it matters, or if it's just something that really blocks you from what the series really is.
My name is Jah'leel, and I'm joined by a fellow talker.
Hi, my name's Guillermo.
Let's dive into Attack on Titan Season 3.
Alright, well, let's start off. Well, Season 3 was ranked up on top of 84, which is moderately ranked for most animes right now. Its rating right now is 8.55, so 8.55, almost a 9. And its earnings, just from how much it's actually earned in one series, is just 5 million, which is a decent amount, knowing for this anime. That being said, is because Season 1, breakthrough, great thing. Season 2 took 4 years to make. Not many people actually like that, so they skipped it. Season 3 came out very quickly, so everybody actually enjoyed it. Now let's talk about it. Season 3 is just main character Eren, friends Mikasa and Armin fight Titans. They're closed by walls, 3 walls to be exact, and each wall is socially different. And in this cover art, it's just basically saying it's really colorful and a lot of things are going to happen. Only because there's just the entire squad of people that are fighting against the Titans are in this one picture, and it's really colorful. Season 1 and Season 2 weren't really as colorful. They're really dark compared to this one. So not many people actually enjoyed this one.
Yep. So this lighter color of tone is basically showing that this season is going to be a little bit more lighter compared to the
previous ones.
Yes. Of all the blood eating people's mothers, the previous seasons.
Just about the amount of gore and blood that'll be in this one is different compared to the first 2 seasons.
So the cover art for this anime, it does match the plot of the whole entire Season 3.
Yes.
But I'm getting the feeling that people didn't watch it or know that much about it due to the cover art. I feel like they got it from the manga, or they just knew the anime already from the past seasons.
I mean, some people actually glossed over this one only because they saw the cover art, and the cover art just misled them, thinking, oh, it's not going to be the usual fighting, bloody, and the amount of thrill that people would want. But in reality, just from personal experience, this series is actually really, really interesting. It is very plot heavy, except it's plot heavy for a reason. It's reached that certain climactic point where it has to have more character development for it to actually progress. Alright, so now we're just going to go on to No Game No Life.
Yes. No Game No Life, it tells the story of 2 main characters, brother and sister, named Sora and, in my opinion, best girl Shiru, who's joining with us today.
Accurate. Sora, Shiro. He is wrong.
Yes. Sora and Shiru have been both outcast by society and their families, only to live by themselves playing games every single day.
I mean, who doesn't love playing games?
Until one day, they play this guy named Tet, a game of chess. By winning the game, they are drawn into this world of Discord, which is controlled by games. In their one adventure to face the god named Tet, they play games throughout all races of people, including different countries. So
It's basically, this world is not complete of just humans. It's elves,
is there doors in it?
dwarves, wolves,
War beasts.
war beasts, and then humans. So basically 4.
And there are
I mean,
total
there-
of 14 races.
There are a total of more races, except those are the 4 main ones that actually appear in the series.
in
currently?
Season 1, yes.
In Season 1 currently, yes.
And at the bottom of the pyramid are the humans,
Correct.
or as they like to call themselves, humanities.
Correct.
So as you can tell by this cover art, it's very colorful. You can see different games on it, and the four main characters, including the guy Ted.
My representation of this anime is actually it's correct compared to what this series actually is. It's a colorful, really playful, and just interesting anime to actually watch. Just because all of the entire cover is actually filled with games. Let's see, there's a chess piece in the middle. The name of the actual anime has a power button, and in the middle another chess piece. There's some cards. It just looks like one of those anime where I'd be interested in watching just because of the humor and the games they play.
Yeah. With an overall rank of 173, this anime is very underrated in my opinion.
Yeah.
I would feel like if people have seen the cover art at least, they would feel obliged to click on it and actually see what the anime is over.
Yeah, just like my thought would be to actually give it a try, just see what it's about.
Because these 12 episodes, they take you on a long adventure, leaving you wanting more.
Correct. Alright, the final one we go on to is Made in Abyss. This is an interesting one. I like this one.
Yes, it's very controversial. So, Made in the Abyss, you're following two young children, in my opinion, named Riku and Liz. Liz is the main character, but sometimes it goes back and forth with Riku too. The anime itself entails these two kids jumping, who would have guessed, into an abyss, searching for Liz's lost mother, who was a whistler. As the anime says, whistlers are people that love to dive into the abyss to explore it.
Basically adventurers, sort of say.
So, as the cover art looks, you see a vivid landscape depicting the whole area and how gorgeous it is. But there's also a monster chasing these two kids in the background.
Yeah, this anime, in my opinion, doesn't really portray what the anime is really about, only because just this one is really colorful. It's really environmental, green, blue, white. Yes, there is a creature behind them actually chasing them, and the two main characters seem like they're in despair, but they still look like they're having fun. So this doesn't really portray what it's actually about, which is really gruesome and very depictive of gore.
Yes. Most people's first opinion of looking on the cover is saying, oh, it's going to be a very lighthearted anime. It looks gorgeous, but as soon as you hit about episode 6, the whole tone of the anime changes. People are starting to bleed out, arms get swollen up to the point where it might bust, and there are many deaths that occur in this anime.
Yeah, just the portraying of this cover art doesn't really portray just how gruesome this anime really is. It just doesn't give it that sort of vibe.
Although the cover art may not match the anime, it is ranked 19 currently right now.
Which is actually very high for an anime like this. Usually, not many anime that aren't portrayed by their cover art don't make it as high as maybe, let's say, the hundreds. This one made it up to like 19th place. That's actually very, very high.
So in total, this cover art does not do this anime justice whatsoever.
Yeah. Well, really, what were your thoughts first when you started looking into this anime?
I thought, I'm not gonna watch this. This just looks like two kids. Like, I can go watch a idol show instead, such as Zombieland Saga.
Zombieland Saga. Another one portrayed differently.
But instead, when I was browsing YouTube one day, I just happened to find a meme video, and I saw probably one of the most grotesque scenes in anime I've ever seen to this day. And it made me want to watch all 12 episodes, even go as far as to reading the manga of this anime.
Yeah. Alright, well, now that you've actually had a good understanding with the quote, don't judge a book by its cover, just from all these cover arts that we've actually just presented, it's, just be careful on what you choose to actually watch, what you choose to skip. It's just because the cover art doesn't really actually portray what the series is about, only the episodes do. Those guide the actual story to go on. So, just go watch an anime and just try out some new ones. You never know, sometimes you might end up liking it in the end.